organization that have served the purpose that they were designed to serve. When unions were implemented, they were designed to address issues like low wages that were being paid to employees. They addressed poor work conditions and long hours in those conditions. And they were also addressing the equality across multiple industries as to hiring men, women, in different races for all of these positions, not just men or not just women. Thanks to the fight that the unions put up, we have seen the federal government implement a minimum wage, a Fair Standards Act, where they are ensured that every job is worth this to start out. We've also seen implemented the Occupational Safety and Health Act, or OSHA, which goes into various businesses and certifies all industries from retail, shopping centers, through your coal mines, through your auto factories. All businesses get certified that they are working in a safe practice. We've also seen implemented the equal employment opportunities, where any man, woman, any race, black, white, or Mexican, is able to apply for any position in a job that they would like. Anyone can work as a nurse, man or woman. Anybody can work in the auto industry. Anybody can work in the fields, agriculture, farming. Anybody, it's available to anybody. That's equal employment. Now on the flip side of this, whereas unions fought to ensure a minimum wage and a livable wage, in today's society they are pushing that wage to a point that businesses can no longer sustain their employees. Within the healthcare industry, we have nurses that make $40 and $50 an hour and may do relatively little work. My brother-in-law is a nurse, a registered nurse, works overnights, third shift, and he does minimal work on nights. He will only have to check on his patients 4 or 5 times. He may not have any new incoming, and he says in his words, "It's a pretty lazy night." And he's making $40 an hour to do that. We've also seen in the auto industry, like I mentioned, they were making $25 and $30 an hour, and they may only do a few bolts on cars as it passes by. They may be idle half their night or half their day, but that is what they get paid to do. That is what the union specifies for them to do. They will make this wage. We've also seen this problem within schools. We've had schools laying people off and outsourcing these union positions, where the union has fought for these custodians and bus drivers and lunch workers to make $13 and $14 an hour. My mom was making $16 an hour as a custodian of 8 years and got laid off because the school district could no longer afford that expenditure. So, although we have the unions to thank for the minimum wage and OSHA type things that have been implemented by the federal government, we now need the unions to step aside and let the federal government continue to run with minimum wage type things, OSHA type things, equal employment opportunities, where they are the ones checking on all of this. They are the ones ensuring this, and they are depending on the employees to report it. Whereas the union used to serve as a big group to speak for the little man can now report to the government, who is verifying all this, and therefore the union has run its leg and really has overseen its purpose. So now we need the unions to step aside and let the government take over.